Hello everybody, my name is TinyMug Mike and welcome to TinyMug Tutorials. So in today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to do some really simple graphic design techniques that you can do in less than 10 clicks on Photoshop. So I'm on Photoshop CS5, it should be roughly the same for CS6. If it's not, make sure to let me know in the comments. Now, when you open Photoshop and you open your image, for example, I've got this picture of me holding my camera. So when you open your image, you should be greeted to this. You should have this selected when you open it up, and everything should be closed apart from that. The first click that you'll want to do after opening your image is to select the gradient tool. If you aren't on the gradient tool, you may be on the paint bucket tool, and to open up this little menu here, just hold down on whatever icon you see to make sure you're on the gradient tool. So that's your first click. Now, your gradient should be this, which is a black and white. If it's not, then just hold on it and select your black and white gradient. Make sure that black is your foreground color and white is your background color. So, after selecting your gradient tool, your second click will need to be to select the radial or angle gradient tool. And that will be your second click, just to make sure that this outcome looks very nice. After that, go over to your channels bar, and that is this icon over here underneath the layers and the FX, in between the paths and the layers. So click on that, and that will be your third click. After that, you'll need to select your red channel. This will make the picture black and white, which you don't want to do. So simply click the eye on the RGB to make your fifth click. Now, with the red channel still being selected and every other channel still being visible, take your gradient tool and drag it from the center of the image to the right. And that will create this gradient, and that is your sixth click. Now, on to your seventh click. Click the blue channel and simply drag it from the bottom left corner all the way to the top right corner. And there you have it. That is what I think is a very aesthetically pleasing graphic design technique. I think it makes for an a nice abstract shape, and you can do a lot of things with those. I personally don't like using the green channel because I think it makes them too vibrant and it makes it harder to see the subject in the picture still. I prefer these faint overlay colors. For example, if I were to add a green channel line, let's say from this corner to this corner, it does this. Which of course we don't want. We want something that we can see. We don't want just a bunch of shapes. We'd prefer to have a bunch of shapes that we can see our picture through. So yes, that is the first technique. And there are other ways that you can do this. For example, if I was to go back with Control-Alt-Z or Command-Alt-Z in Mac, if I was to take my blue channel and I was to take it from the center to the left, and then take my red channel and take it from the top right down to the bottom left, you get a nice little yellow to pink gradient over here, you get some green here, and you get some blue here. And there's multiple combinations that you can do, and I think they all personally look very nice when you don't use, if you weren't to use the green channel. But of course, you experiment with that, and I'm sure you'll come out with something just as nice. Alright, so the next technique that you'll need to do will also involve this channels panel. Now, with your channels panel open, I'm going to use the red channel. So same thing as last time. Once they'll be all selected, and you have to click the red channel and then click the eye to make it visible again. Then take your marquee tool, and let's say we don't want this part of the picture to have the effect, so we just want me in the picture and not the edges of the picture. Now, with the red tool selected, press V or press this, and the little cursor with the scissors will come up, and let's just click and drag. And there you have it. You have a very simple glitch effect that you can do in very, very little clicks. So if I was to drag it all the way over here, we can have a very nice, extremely diverse, personally, graphic image. And of course you could experiment with this. For example, instead of having the red channel selected, let's select the blue channel, which draws out the blue in the background and extracts the yellow. And you can get a very similar effect. And once again, if I was to do this with the green channel, it would also do the same thing, but with different colors. So yeah, there you go. Those are the two of my personal favorite simple graphic design techniques. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. If you're struggling with anything, make sure to let me know in the comments and I'll try my best to explain it. And I will hopefully see you guys in future tutorials. Goodbye.